This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by British boxing legend David Haye. David, Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker. I want to start with the trainers first because we said yesterday Andy Lee was called a teacher, and you've had experience working with Ismail Salas. How pivotal are their roles for this fight?
Hugely. I really think they're imperative to get the fighter in the right mindset. Both fighters are always in good shape. They've always got 12 rounds of action in them. But the tactics that each fighter employs has to be spot on. You can't get it wrong against either one of these guys because they're so big and strong. You start off on the back foot when you need to hold your ground, and it can really change the momentum of the fight. So, Andy Lee's he's newer to the game than Salas, but he's as far as I can see, he's done some amazing things. He really has. And he was a great fighter himself, world champion. I've trained with him, I've worked with him for many years. Very, very knowledgeable, and someone who seems to be giving Parker all of the right advice. The two fights he's had with Chisora, you can see the improvement from Chisora 1 to Chisora 2. He made the adjustments and was able to deck Derek a couple of times in that second fight, which he wasn't really close to doing in the first fight. So you can see they've gone back, studied, learned, and come back stronger again.
How does Joseph Parker win this fight? The general consensus is that it'll take a sledgehammer to take Joe Joyce out of this ring. Sure. So has Parker got enough to take him out, or is it a case of if he's 12 round fit, he'll be able to win this on points?
It'll be tough to just keep Joyce off for 12 rounds and just beat him to the jab.
Yeah.
It could happen. It could happen. But I don't really see that happening because he walks into range, kind of crosses his feet and comes in and just forces you to engage. So it's a tough game to play with Joyce, just trying to keep it long. Although when he fought Usyk as an amateur, he was outboxed pretty handily, but that was from the southpaw stance, and Usyk is a genius. But I definitely think there's going to be bombs thrown early doors. Parker is quite clever, he's quite slick, he knows how to stay out of trouble. He's not going to want to take any unnecessary punches, where Joyce seems to be more willing to take 3 to land 1. And it's crazy, but he's got very good belief in his chin and his punch resistance. For good reason, because I've seen him with big heavyweights, 10-ounce gloves, land on the button, they seem to bounce off his head. And it's great, that's fantastic, but at some stage it's not going to be. Is that going to be tomorrow night? That's the question. You can only take a tree can get hit by an axe every day. At some stage, that it's going to be the last one it can take, and then the tree comes down.
Who wins this fight?
Both fighters have the ability to win it. I said before, there's a lot of the money is on Joyce to be victorious, and Parker is the underdog. I understand that, but Joyce is a lot more unknown. We don't know how he competes at this level because he hasn't competed there yet. Parker we have, he's won some, he lost a couple, only at the top level, White and AJ. I can see both fighters stopping each other. I can see Parker stopping Joyce. I can see him, but not by knocking him out unconscious.
On his feet.
Stopping him on his feet, hitting him with a body shot, left hook to the head, left hook, right, left hook. Next Joyce is unsteady, takes some shots. I can see the referee jumping and go and stop. Although you would have recovered and go, no, I'm all right. At that moment, you weren't in position to defend yourself. So I can see that stoppage happening for Parker. And I can also see a stoppage happening for Joyce where he just soaks it up. Just gets absolutely bladdered and constant abuse, and then somehow just comes back like a zombie. Just keeps coming and just smothers him to bits.
Last one from me, because I know you're pressed for time. I've got to ask you, you're back against Tyson Fury quite an awful lot, but against Anthony Joshua, are you going to change, or are you going to say, going off recent performances, I'm going to go with the Gypsy King? Come on.
Recent performances haven't suggested that this one's going to go in his favour, but that maybe. So
you think Tyson? Then
I think maybe AJ kind of maybe he underperformed because he wanted to underperform so he could get the fight he wanted.
Would it hurt you to say it? Would it hurt you? Would it hurt you to say it?
Maybe I'm thinking maybe AJ took his foot off the pedal there and let him get those 2 victories so he could get the fight he wanted, which was he suckered him in. He's got him at the right time. That's what I think's happened.
David, thanks for that. Appreciate your time. We'll catch up again.
Nice one.